In this video, I will show you how to set up and configure an NT IPXD controller. Prior to this video, I've powered up the IPXD with the power cable that comes in the box. I have also plugged the IPXD into my network using a Cat5 Ethernet cable. The first thing I want to do is find what DHCP IP address the controller was given by my network. To do this, you can either use the NetX Explorer tool or go into your router network settings and see what DHCP address was assigned. You can also find the IP address scrolling across the screen of the IPXD controller. Once I have found the IP address, I will go to it in a web browser while being connected to the same network as the IPXD. When I go to the IPXD address in a web browser, the first thing I get is a login prompt. The default login username is admin, and the password is netx, all lowercase. Now I'm at the controller status page, which is kind of like the home page for the controller. I'm going to click on the configuration tab over on the right-hand side, which will bring me to the basic configuration page. Here I can set the controller name by changing it in the field to the top left. After I make the change, I will hit the apply button and apply the change. I can also set a site name and location. To get weather data from my area, I will make sure to set the state and zip code, as that is where it pulls the information from. I can also change my login username and password by setting it in the field to the bottom right. We highly recommend that you change it from the default admin netx login. Next, I will set my time zone so my controller fires my schedules properly. On the date and time page, I can set my time zone with the drop-down menu at the top left of the screen. Once I have selected the correct time zone, I click the apply button to save the change. It is recommended that the time sync from an NTP server. If I don't want to use any of the servers in the drop-down list, I can select other and manually enter the server I wish to use, then click apply to save the change. Once I have completed the basic configuration and date and time settings, I will go to the network settings button on the right to get to my network settings. Under the network settings page, I will find my ports and my IP information. Right now it is all set to default in DHCP. I will want to set a static address so that my controller does not go offline in the PC software or the NetX web interface. The HTTP port is how I get to the controller via the web pages, and the ASCII port is how the controller communicates to the PC software and the NetX web interface. You may need to port forward the device depending on how you are connecting to it. If you plan to use the NetX web or access the device outside of your local network, you will want to port forward. Down below, if I uncheck the DHCP box, the fields are no longer grayed out and will allow me to set my static address. Once I've filled all the information in, I can hit the Save and Reboot button at the bottom of the screen. The changes will take effect, and my IPXD will move to the address I specified. I am now ready to add my controller into a command center or NetX web project.